Desert.
You're great, man. Bro, are we supposed to be here for like 8 hours? We've lost half, basically. We've actually lost like half the people. Oh, come on! Start off, boy. Either means like someone died or someone won, bro. It's so scary. Yeah, it's so mixed. Oh, no! Oh my god! Oh, what? I landed in a tree. Okay, I just got a free win. The guy just died at zone. Yo, folks, you're all alone in that corner. Actually, my neighbors are both gone. Can I get a permission to bring one back? Okay, fine. Fine. Oh my god, bro, this guy. Everyone just uses the base boost. This shit's in.
Excuse me. Play you for those ultras? Well, we're kind of high level.
Fascinating.
Ice cold.
Right. Oh no, I missed the item.
This Loki's fine to do. I think that's Loki
Yeah.
wants to be sweaty.
I feel like it's going out of here.
No!
Not a good
No, Loki, no. It's 35 rounds.
The season came out 2 weeks ago. Yeah. After only a few games, myself, Lucifer, Ben Dooley, Luna, and Winter had all been eliminated. What up, my Lucifer? But we still have Monts, Alex, Overstrand, Chances, and Worthy battling it out for the grand $10,000 prize.
I love each other.
This is real fucking real rare.
Damn, we're really hard. Right.
Oh, come on. That's like something that I feel like mine. I don't want to take any risks.
Well, I hear everybody's Alex won't take any risk.
Oh, I promise you I'm not again.
I'm about to win my third or fourth game. I don't even know how much it is. Come on, boy. Yeah!
Come on, Bo.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
That'll be the last minute of the day, bro.
It's definitely not going to be Alex. I'm telling you.
Wait, medallion mark. This is my fight. Come on, fight me. Never want it. Holy crap. What is this? It's like the greatest threat so far. This thing is so intimidating. Sure. Three. He's sitting on top of me.
No, this isn't right. Why are we playing
Wait, this should be a quick
fucking zone
game.
wars right now?
the biggest lift I've ever seen in my life. Guaranteed. Oh my god, how much damage did I do to this guy? Oh my god. What is that game I just played? That guy? Oh my god. Wow. Welcome to the big three, boys. The big three. Good result, triple down. Dude, that was like all three of us. Hello. Hey, yes, I found sabotage for real. I'm just sitting here watching because I'm bored. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So far, 5 players, including myself, are eliminated. However, thanks to our friends at Revolut, we get a chance to get back in this competition. We just have to get it. Single phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
It's a nice small family board. You like baseball, dogs.
I need you to take care of my cat.
And right now, they're offering you guys $40 to sign up and make your first purchase with your card. That's $40 straight to your account just for you to use card. Customize your own replica card using emojis, doodles, whatever you want. That's good? Whoa! Or upgrade to a metal plan. You get your copy of doodles, stainless steel top, way higher quality than the plastic. Then if your account takes minutes, you can start spending right away by listing your card to App Store, Google Pay. You'll also unlock more perks in the app, like secure spending tools, airport network passes, eSIM, and travel. So don't forget, you can get $40 when you sign up to Revolut and use your card. Scan the QR code on screen and in the description to learn more. How you use that. It doesn't matter. Running out of time, but... You actually got it. Thank you. All right, thanks for late. This is game 4. Now, this next step where legends are made. The Luda just got his preview card. I'm not really hoping he does well. At the end of the day, he just went from 3 pros to 4. I'm pretty big down my slot. Hey, man, where did you shape? Yay! You're back. What's going
What is playing that? It's good. Actually, might be putting it like proper play.
Oh my god. Why did they just die?
Wait, what is
They're
that?
just gone. Oh my god.
Wait, which guy?
Wait, this is out. No way. This is out. This is Edward on both sides of it. I suppose it. I tried to. We waited an hour and a half to get 3 and 4, and the first fight, this guy was just fighting. I didn't even have to. Like I said, nobody's gonna be a loser. It ain't gonna be me. Wait. What the hell? Bro, what was that? I saw you laser beam by a surprise. Hey, Token is not my name, but it's not me. It's a little Mickey Mouse reboot and some of us had to work together. This guy is
We're still in it. We're still in it. Let's go.
Drinks in it. I need a quick refresher. I've just got my custom for this car, so I use it today. Hey there. Can I get a blood pressure? Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thanks for blue. Let's queue on. How much more else can I do? He's my boy. Stick with it, baby. He's giving me healing that I need. He's giving me the confidence boost I need. I feel like now it's available. That way. Kind of the third party talking to myself. Like, no one else is conversating with me. Losing fruits out. Whiskers out. I have no name. What the hell is that? Oh my god, it's so cold. So cold. So cold. Guys, come fix this AC. Run to blast him, bro. Why are you going to sweat? He's saying like what I'm saying. Bro, can we get this AC off now? I want my sauna, bro. Turn it up. Keep it up. Keep the AC up. We're embarrassing if you guys do not. Take it back. Take it back. You did it, sir. Discrimination is real. Basic don't believe. Check those out. Where'd you get all these chalices? From bars all over the country. Really? Holy crap. Bro, that freaks me out. I just opened the door. But the owner only keeps standing there. Alright, Ziggy, welcome back to the video. 49! Don't think you got it. Step up. Okay, Alex, that's a good start. Whoa. That's crazy, bro. I have a five. The first five. Yeah. Oh my god, that actually was cold. I should have killed that kid, but I keep doing that. Like, he's dead, I'm letting him live.
scared of the bitch. I'm scared. I'm happy I got another chance. I just hate dying like a bot.
It is now a top 2 situation. Who will win? Let's find out.
So, Alex, best of luck, bro.
Yo, good luck, Omar.
Good luck.
I feel like it's kind of embarrassing for Luda. Like, how are you doing twice?
Alex, don't choke yet. Don't choke.
I tried to get for the pickaxe, bro. My bad. Oh. GG. I didn't even go from the game.
That's crazy. This, no,
Video is way big.
like, it's insane. Like, Otis actually got real players. Like,
Oh, try your best to find this out.
oh my god. 150. Let's go.
No, this is not high as me.
Oh my god. What? You, bro. You. Let the ball go. Oh, come on. Oh, no, it's fine. It's close. Oh, man. I actually sold, bro. I sold. It's like second place for winning $10,000. I'm a little bit depressed, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I didn't think I would get top 2.
Props are over. No offense, nothing is in second overall. W over WB. Everyone in the bid. WB.
Alright, well, we gotta do the prize. Alex.
Okay, so I got my chest. Red Bull loot card. Make sure it's signed on the official below.
A Revolut card with 10,000 points. 10,000 points. Let's go. Congratulations, Alex. I think the last 2 years.
I've loved it.
Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. We might do this again next year. Let us know what you'd like to see.
I've looked at the Fortnite speedrunning world record.
There it is.
Any time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 29 seconds. But you're probably wondering, how do you actually even speedrun Fortnite? More importantly, how did a 31-year-old content creator manage to get the fastest time in the world? Well, you've probably seen one of these speedrunning Bronze to Unreal ranked videos. There are hundreds of them, if not thousands of them, and all of them are titled speedrunning, but none of these are a speedrun. Where are the times? Where are the competitions? Where's the records? But it did make me think, what legitimate speedruns could I actually do to try and set a world record? So I started my research on the official speedrun.com site, and they have Mongrel's Edit Course and Jadith's 100 level death run. I'll be honest, I respect your time. I don't think that would be a very interesting video to watch me try to beat a simple edit speedrun course.
254. Oh my god, that's so good. So I would be lost.
So I basically just backed the video and thought this is never going to go anywhere. That wasn't until about 1 month later where I saw this video from CypherPK titled How Fast Can You 100% Fortnite? Now, in this video, Cypher attempted a speedrun where he played all 8 of the public playlists with the goal of getting a victory royale in each of them as fast as possible. Now, he did this in a time of 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 18 seconds. Now, I thought, CypherPK, pulled in a world record speedrun. This is going to be light work for a video. No! Surely, this is the easiest video I'm ever going to make. I've been pickaxed. 1 attempt, a... Video's done, upload it, it'll be a banger. Great. However, the previous record holder on Zephyr then re-attempted this run, and he managed to do this in a time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 24 seconds. And you may think this run looks very easy. All you need to do is win 1 game of each of the 8 public playlists in the fastest time possible. And for competitive players, winning some pub matches, come on, like, that's light work, that should be really easy. It's not. I mean, winning the games is easy, but that's not the problem. The problem is winning the games fast. Now, Zephyr did the playlists in this order, accordingly with Rocket Racing last, and in his run, he actually ended up losing in the first race, so he took back out and reattempted, which wasted a few minutes. Now, given I had never played Rocket Racing before this point, and the fact that Zephyr had a pretty bad time on this split, I decided to put it first, so I could just continually restart the clock over and over and give myself a good head start. And to start with, yeah, I was awful at that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, I'm so bad. Where am I? But I was learning pretty quick. I jump, that one, yeah. Jump, that one, yeah. I'll get that. We're not gonna. Where are you going, bro? Now, I'm not going to talk too much about Rocket Racing in this because I basically found a way to win every single race guaranteed, and I'll circle back to that later in the video. But over the runs of ranks in this, I genuinely got way better at this game mode. I didn't really learn a lot of the courses like some of the pros and some of the really best players do, with a lot of the shortcuts and all the speed boosts and whatnot, but I was doing it fast enough to make a good runtime. Since I could win pretty much every single game, all that it came down to was course selection. You see, some courses are around 1 to 2 minutes longer than other ones, and some courses you can finish in under 2 minutes themselves. So pretty much whatever course you got was entirely RNG, and that depended on whether or not you had a good rocket race run or not. Zephyr finishes rocket racing around 6 minutes 33, but because I put it first, it didn't matter how many times I lost because I could just reset the run.
So it'll be a dancing to take GG. Well played in the chat.
No! I was first the whole time!
He said GG well played again.
After losing to this guy twice more and getting GG well played twice more, I was like to save 5 minutes here.
Okay. Well, first place, let's go. Under 2 minutes as well.
Now, as much as I was focused on time, my main goal of this first attempt was actually just to finish a run and get a time. So my strengths were relatively simple. I would WP all of the film modes, and then just play to win for the zero build modes because I haven't played much zero build in my life, I'll be completely honest. I'm not very good at it. So on my very first attempt, I managed to clock in a time of 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 42 seconds. This was fast enough to beat Cypher PK on my first try. However, in order to beat Zephar's attempt, I would need to take 17 minutes off of this time. So I had to come up with some better strategies, or literally any strategies. Firstly, I should say I need to WP all of the zero builds, which basically meant I died a lot in zero builds. The OG playlist, the rips are incredible because you can just fly up into the sky and scout way more players, and then in Battle Royale you can do something similar just with the cars. Keeping your car alive by continually refueling it at gas stations is incredibly important, which means if you get a South Zone, for example, these games actually tend up being longer because your car will probably blow up. Because of the Star Wars season, I thought, why am I wasting time hiding away from these TIE fighters when I could just and just kill people that way? So that these got removed later on in the challenge didn't actually matter. But I did have some really quick super low games just killing everyone in a TIE fighter or an X-Wing. So, 17 attempts, I was able to knock off 4 minutes from my previous best time. Which, I'll be honest, did make me want to give up this challenge. Like, how am I actually meant to take another 13 minutes off of this time in order to beat Zephyr? So I started to look into his run and really compare it to mine to see where was I actually going wrong. I was saving time on the rocket racing and ET frontal splits, but his OG and relay splits were just so much faster than mine. I mean, he was 4 minutes ahead on the OG split and almost 7 minutes ahead on the OG zero build. The main problem I was running into was that players were just hiding. Like, there are 4 other players left alive in this tiny zone, and none of them are peeking or doing anything. But if you look at Zephyr's runs, they were all just total bots who were just walking out in the open, so he could kill them really quickly and get the match over with. So I asked myself, how do I get bot lobbies in Fortnite? And after a quick Google search and some time wasted watching some of the worst YouTube content I've ever seen in my life, I came up completely empty. In solos, it just doesn't seem like there was a consistent way to do it. Then, I had an idea. So I play on EU, the hardest region, why not play these zero build matches on the Middle East server where the population is much smaller? This means I may get slightly longer queue times, but because there's less players queuing into each match, that means there'd actually be more bots in these matches. So the result of this should mean less real players left alive at the end and then faster matches. Now I alluded to this earlier, but this is actually how I was able to win every single Rocket Racing match too, as there's pretty much no real players in the Middle East region playing Rocket Racing, so you can just guarantee yourself a bot lobby and win the race every single time. Now this absolutely worked, as my zero build games were significantly significantly faster. Let's go. And in attempt number 21, for the first time, I was actually on pace to beat the world record until this. Now, you'll notice my ping while I was doing this was actually still pretty good, and that was all thanks to the sponsor of today's video, ExitLag. You're playing on a server that's not that close to where you live. The routing between here is often very poor, but ExitLag can ensure that you have the optimal routing and give you slightly less ping. For me, I used this on every single one of the release matches that I played, which I did for the rest of the attempts of this video, which lowered my ping by around 10 per match. You've also probably noticed the bug we created where your ping is 20 to 30 higher than it actually should be, and the secret the match accidentally connects to the wrong sub-server. However, ExitLag can also help fix that. As you can see when I turn it on, it went all the way down to 0, which is what it should be. They can also help increase your FPS with the FPS boost options, meaning you don't have to do some dodgy tweaker from Twitter. They're currently running a promotion where if you subscribe to the annual subscription, you get 50% off and get free everything for free. You can get that ExitLag through the link in the description or by the QR code on screen. Thanks, Nate, for sponsoring this video. Now, midway through this challenge, the new season dropped, so I ended up having some other videos to work on, and I just wanted to do this. However, when I came back to it, the Team Rumble playlist had actually been removed at this point, so I adjusted the time accordingly. Now, this actually hurt my chances of beating this record because Team Rumble was a playlist that I would actually gain around 2 minutes on. So this challenge actually just got even harder. Unfortunately, this update didn't actually bring many valuable changes to the OG and Reload either that could save me time. However, for the standard Valorant playlist, there was one new item that was absolutely critical for saving time: the tracking visor. You see, the tracking visor has two functions. The first is to scan, where any player within an 8-meter radius will be highlighted. This really helps finding those last few players who hide in buildings and bushes and just drag out games. The second function, though, which is arguably more useful for this challenge, is the footstep feature. Behind the players walking, they'll now leave footsteps, and these footsteps are actually visible from a long way away. So by driving around in a car, I was easily able to find players I would have previously missed, again, clearing it a lot faster. Unfortunately, they don't kill the player for you. What? This was also incredibly useful. For a large part of this challenge, the Storm Beast's pom-pom was in the game, which turned players into the Storm Beast. Now, this is pretty annoying as they took a long time to eliminate, but with the base boost, I can just completely counter anyone doing this by flying away and then repeatedly shooting them. But one of the biggest struggles I was still having was the OG playlist. Some of the ways you die in this are just mind-bogglingly annoying. He headshot sniped me! Yeah, his OG still has a 2x headshot multiplier with a lot of the assault rifles, so you could just die like this. What? 72. This game is so enough. They decided the next day to buff team assist. I thought was quite funny. In OG build, you basically have to carry an RPG because everyone just spams you with them at all times. There's no way. They also just add some other stupid stuff, like... Both these last two clips, by the way, on world record pace. This mode just had so many runs that were ended from annoying places. Now, since I could win every rocket racing match, I moved into later in the run, just so I could put all of the results first. Now, the main issue was the speed of the OG server, since Deathfire did this so quickly, so I moved it first, and then just kept restarting runs until I had a good time, and then I could continue the rest of the run. Eventually, on run 48, I was able to save 1 minute and 5 seconds, because the last player was just a ball in the open. Nice, we were in time. Bye-bye, let's go. Using all of these new strats, I was able to be on world record pace, and here's what happened on the second last split. Now, I've accidentally muted my mic for this part of the run, but you can kind of guess what I'm saying. Now, worst of all, I didn't even realize that this run had no chance of beating the world record. You see...
With mixed Vivella performance fabric, you can relax. These pieces are easy to clean, and some styles feature machine washable covers. Discover Kitchen Vivella lavishly. New Pronamel Kids provides 24-hour cavity protection and 2 times stronger enamel defense. New Pronamel Kids.
So many of my runs ended early, but I didn't realize realise that the last playlist is actually the hardest. Reload. Now, a few runs later, in run 55, the same thing was run 48. I was 2 minutes and 47 seconds behind the world record going into Reload. It wasn't the best run, but by the time Zephyr's Reload match ended, there was still 9 other players left alive in my match. These weren't bad players by any means.
As the run was officially over,
Zephyr's time was 30 minutes and 21 seconds. But this included a queue time of roughly 2 minutes. This meant that the actual match time was much more like 11 minutes and 21 seconds. And you probably have no reference for this, but this is incredibly fast. So, just like I'd previously done with the Zero build, I moved the Reload playlist first. Then I would just run the playlist over and over and over again, restarting after every run that was slower than Zephyr's run. That was literally every run. This time was unbeatable. At this point, I really just wanted to give up this challenge, but I'd committed so much time that it would just be such a waste. I've done over 90 runs at this point, and I can't create a video entitled, I tried to beat the Fortnite speedrunning world record, but I was too crap, I can't do it. It literally wasn't possible to beat his time here with the players I'm getting in my lobby on this account. On this account. On this, maybe I could get a bot Reload lobby on a new account. I know what you're thinking. A new account just to get bad lobbies? That's cheating, Reese. How can you put all this effort in just to cheat at the end and get bot lobbies? Well, look at the players in Zephyr's Reload game. They were literally almost entirely bots and bronze-level players. He dropped 43 elos in his match. Now, initially I thought he just elo bugged or cheated his way into this lobby with some sort of queue manipulation or I don't know what. But as it turns out, he just accidentally timed his run amazingly. You see, the ranks for Reload had just reset. So almost every single player was playing ranked Reload rather than Reload, leaving just a bunch of bots and awful players in the pub playlist. He was running into literal NPCs that can't build, and I am dying like this. Having pickaxe. Now, I tried this over 90 times, and not once did I get a lobby equally as bad as his. It was all just relatively good players, and if they weren't good, they just stayed alive to the end by running away over and over and over again. No game was even close to as fast as his. Minute 19 more. I say worth, because I'm worth doing a run with that. Day 12 on the Resub Enjoyer trips again. Now, I can confirm, if you start a new account, the players are awful, but that doesn't guarantee a really fast reload time, because really bad players also just hide. There's a guy back there in the corner, I'm 100% certain of it. I just lost, bro. I was I also realized that this body load does not last. Alright, start it down. Resub sub has been created. Here, number 3. Follow resub. I've been sniped. Old sub. That's a good thing. Actually, name this account Resub sucks. I build straight. Alright, attempt 104 on account Resub sucks. Now, the keen eye of you will notice that I did not start the timer, but after this match, I ended up rectifying that. I counted all the time in Premiere, added it on, and then clicked start on the next playlist at the exact same time. Basically, everything went right in this game. Landing at Pleasant, I built the zone here, which meant that tons of the respawners ended up in this area. So by the time I left, I already had 20 events, and there's only 27 players left. My loadout RNG and selection was also amazing, as I was able to get shockwaves, a grappler, and a fits, since so many bad players just run away from you with mobility as much as they physically can. Carrying this loadout means I can always chase them, kill them once, and then repeatedly kill them out of the sky. Wiping out these players early from the game means they're not going to hide at the very end and wasting more time. I finished the reload portion of this in 12:20, which is 1 minute ahead of Zephyr, but because his included a queue time and mine didn't, I actually did this slower. Next up, Reload Zero build. And this is still one I'm relatively nervous about, even though I'm on a new account, because there's always one good player in every single lobby, and you always just expect everyone not to be able to shoot. Really importantly, since you can't build to protect yourself, You always need some mobility on hand, so you'll just accidentally die at one point in the game.
That's what I guys were just saying about. Doyle Hand Tools deliver what pros demand. Quality and durability at a value that can't be beat. Built by experts, so you can trust our tools work as hard as you do. Doyle, built for the pro. And Harbor Freight.
Teen sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on their nerve. I recommend Sensodyne.
No, bro, why is there like a random good player in this? I was able to land on a supply drop and get myself a little bit of loot and kill a few more bots. Then it was only down to a top 4 scenario with the one good player still remaining. Since I remembered his skin, I ended up focusing him and cracking his shield.
That's what I did.
Oh, he's gone.
Where's this guy come from? Where did I?
Oh my god,
Last guy fighting.
one's dead.
Nice. Easy way.
Oh.
A little shaky, bro. A little shaky.
Because everyone fought right at the end, that little game was actually relatively quick, and I was actually eventually split 40 seconds faster than Zephyr. Right, hopefully good RNG and OG.
Yes, that's what we got hope for.
The chests blessed me. Slurp damage of death. Chest 1, not 2, shabby. On to doesn't look amazing, but if you've ever opened 5 chests in OG, you'll know truly how lucky this is to get this many heals. And honestly, I feel like the game was just trying to let me win this challenge at this point.
Another gold scar. Another 3 gold scars from chests.
Well, I think it would be main RNG that matters in OG. Wasted a ton of time. In total, this fight took over 5 minutes, when most fights are over in 10 to 20 seconds. I gotta go. So, because I have no materials, almost no HP, and now I'm in a really long OG game, I just risked the entire run and jumped into the final player's boss.
Talk about perfect timing. I literally just texted you asking you what Ooh, you see that happy kill there? Not me. Mercedes-Benz financial who is he? Let's free out Steelers. He doesn't want to talk about I It's not good.
Watch out, she's vicious. She's frothing at the mouth.
Mom, the dishes still all your foods.
Oh my gosh, she's so funny. Wow.
Baywatch. She does. into my toenail, into my toe.
Will, come here. Why is this in your drawer? Right. You don't put it back in your drawer with your clean clothes.
Yeah, that's why I put it down to the floor.
You have to fold them up. Put them in the bed. This is a problem. You keep this room a giant disaster. Look at all this stuff. You either need to throw the stuff away or organize it. Your room cannot look like this.
I was my glove the other way. But the ball's over here. feel the madness today.
And the drugs.
All right, now that I'm going to write Jersey for the city deployments, I'm just going to put on the map.
There you go.
Right.
You're in there, buddy. Now remember, you can't do that.
All right. Already got a caddy out right there. Good for Chicago. Hey, no.
You're right.
Yeah. Just have to put the uniform on. One more.
Where's she going? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, right, baby.
All right, one out. What about 50 seconds?
Oh, right down the middle. Two strikes. Two more.
One, two.
Oh, that's one.
One more.
One more. Oh. 2-2.
I don't know where my, we just ready to go.
Oh, right down the middle. You're out of here.
Right,
Two down.
right, so about 30 seconds.
Oh, right down. Yes.
mix it in, right? So